like to start by expressing my heartfelt condolences to the family and husband of Nora Gallagher. Tragically, yesterday, Nora, who is an 87-year-old resident of Fort St. John, died yesterday afternoon from injuries she sustained after being struck by a motor vehicle. Shortly afternoon yesterday, Nora was getting into her husband Herb's vehicle in the parking lot of the Totem Court Apartments when she was struck by a vehicle backing up. She was pinned against her husband's vehicle. The backing vehicle then moved forward, and three persons, a male, or two males and a female, came to Nora's side to check on her. They then got back into their vehicle and left the scene. Nora was transported by BC ambulance to the hospital, where unfortunately she later died from her injuries. The three persons at the scene, the two males, there's no description available at this time, those two persons. However, the female was described as native with a stocky build in her early 20s. The vehicle involved in this incident is described as a mobile treatment center type vehicle. This vehicle was a pickup with a camper on the back with first aid markings on it. We also have information that the vehicle may have been bearing Alberta license plates. At this time, I find it incomprehensible that someone would leave an elderly female lying in a parking lot suffering from massive injuries. These persons clearly knew that Nora was injured, and they left her to die in the parking lot yesterday. The Fort St. John RCMP has dedicated all available resources to assist with this investigation. We've acquired a collision analyst as well as the criminal crash investigative team to assist with this investigation. The Fort St. John RCMP is committed to identifying the persons responsible and solving this tragic case. At this time, I have with me the family of Nora Gallagher, and they would wish to make a statement to the public and to the persons involved in this horrible accident.
Our Uncle Herb lost his partner of over 43 years, and our family lost our aunt, Bernadette Nora Gallagher, in a tragic accident yesterday. Our lives were all changed in an instant, and what was an accident has now turned into a crime, and we are searching for answers. What we do know is that this accident occurred shortly after 12 p.m. in the parking lot of the apartment building that they lived in. We are appealing to the public to come forward with any information. No matter how small or insignificant it may seem, it could be the small piece of evidence that is needed to bring the people responsible to justice. We are appealing to the people responsible for this tragedy to please come forward and turn yourselves in to the police. It is the right thing to do. Our family would like to thank everybody for their support during this very difficult time. My aunt was a very kind and loving person, and she's really dearly missed.
She knew, and it had the Alberta license on, and it was white with the ambulance at the top of the box, as far as I could see, and that's about all I could can remember seeing it.
And as for the question as to whether or not the police are pulling over any vehicles resembling the suspect description,
There's two white people and a native girl, and the native girl wanted to help my wife. But the other ones, they wouldn't do nothing. They just ran around there and like they were crazy. So all of us was looking at my wife on the floor, on the ground, and all of a sudden I just heard squealing of tires and the truck was gone. And they took off up on 96th Street up to the high school, like. And that's the last I seen them. And that's about all I have to say. I hope somebody comes forward